All right, let's get back into this. All right, first and foremost, we had MLR. MLR championships happened this past weekend. Big shout out to the Freejacks, winning it all for their back-to-back series. Took the win over the Seattle Seawolves, 20-11. Great job. This was one that I think was an interesting. The game itself wasn't terribly interesting from whenever I watched it. But it was good to be able to see what they're trying to do with this on MLR. And I think this was really particularly interesting because it was the second year in a row that they have tried to make this more of an entertainment product rather than just a conclusion to the season. Now, mind you, I will still say that the MLR still has a long way to go. And I hope they have a lot of runway to be able to do it. But they tried. We talked about this, in the a few weeks ago about how they brought in DJ Marshmello to be a part of the halftime performances. One of my friends, and I concur with this exactly, said it best, which was, I wish they hadn't cut away from the halftime show at halftime to be able to do other stuff, because that is what would have made the broadcast that much heavier. If you guys don't know, the broadcast was on network TV on Fox. The numbers, I still hadn't seen the numbers for what they were, but for whatever it's worth, it's good that it was on Fox. It was on network TV. I just, unfortunately, it was on the same weekend or the ending weekend that USA Rugby women won bronze. Like that's hard news to be able to overcome right there. But it was good. But I think the bigger news was being able to see the increase in viewership with the not viewership but attendance from the MLR. And shout out to James Dealey, who's I think MLR Stats put together a really nice chart together that talked about what was the increase from year to year on the MLR championships. And I think when it comes to an attendance standpoint, it's actually very, very positive. And you know me, if you guys have paid attention to me throughout the series, I've not always been the biggest fan. Let me be honest, I've not been the biggest fan of MLR's marketing and distribution of entertainment. But in this situation, I feel like they are showing the improvement. So let's bring it up real quick. All right. So this is what we got. James Dealey put together basically a little bit of a chart of how the entertainment product has gone for MLR in terms of attendance. And you can see they've multiplied themselves by almost 6 times their attendance record since that first 2018 year. And if for those that can't hear it, I'll read it down for you. For 2018, they did it in Torero Stadium in California, where the Seawolves won it for the first year at a simple 2,901 people attendance. Not too big. Obviously, it was the first one. Fewer teams involved. And again, the heads up was much lower. The next year, you saw an increase. It was back at Torero Stadium. Seawolves won it again. And you saw 6,000 people attending at that one. As James Dealey put it on his X, which you can find at Jam Delay, Jam Delay. It was 106.83% increase. 2021, because the 2020 season was ultimately canceled, obviously because of COVID. You saw a slight increase because they had it at the Coliseum. And that's wherever the LA Guiltinis ended up winning that one before they went defunct due to Gilchrist collapse of his empire so very quickly. And that was to 7,389 people. Now, where it went really poorly, and I think this was really well input by Dealey, was that in 2022, it was held at Red Bull Stadium in New Jersey. It had an attendance record of 1,979. This is whenever the New York the former New York Iron Workers came into play. My guy Brandon Davis going, what is a guillotini? We'll never have to worry about it again. We'll never have to worry about it again. But at Red Bull Stadium, where the New York Iron Workers had ended up winning that year, but there was a really close announcement that was basically announced at the last second because of a series of financial issues that prevented them from finding a stadium on time, which obviously impacts people's ability to plan. But from that point on, 2023, 2024, they basically gave us all a year. It was pre-planned as it should have been. And 2023, this is the year that Shaq came in as the DJ. SeatGeek Stadium in Chicago. Freejacks won their first one, and this was 10,103 people. I guess a 410.5% increase from the year prior that dropped 73%. Numbers. And as a result of that, even this year, where they set their new record at 12,085 people at Snapdragon Stadium. Really good audience. Now, mind you, Snapdragon, you can go into the negative. Snapdragon Stadium only hold about 23,000 people. The stadiums were half full. It could look like that on the camera. But again, the key is, are you showing steady progress? And if you're showing steady progress, I can live with the fact that it's not going to be perfect as is, or it's not even be necessarily close to perfect, but you showed the progress. And I think this also plays again to that next level that the MLR has to take, which is in essence is that they want to make sure that their championship game is ultimately a entertainment and moving product. Now, I talked about it on last week's version of the rugby odds that we do with Matt McCarthy and John Bradford Layfield, Steve Lewis, and George Hook as well. But the key is that you need to continue making it an entertainment product. The thing that I said was, what were the stars that ended up coming out of this MLR championship? And unfortunately, we still don't have an MLR star. I go back to the fact that you use those to be able to draw people all the way in. This is very, very simple concept. Very, very, very simple concept. So when you get to the championship game, especially through the playoffs, that is a time wherever names get known the most. Why? Because it's easier to follow and contain the amount of play because there's fewer people that you have to pay attention to. Then when you get to the championship series, that's whenever the biggest names need to come in. And I don't know if I don't feel they still did that. So again, part of the process of getting better. But look, you improved your attendance. The viewership number on Fox, I doubt it was very good. I doubt it was good. But, again, you have to work on it. These are bit by bit processes. But I want to give praise where praise is due because I give a lot of critique on the MLR. So give the praise. 12,085. Congratulations. Congratulations to the Freejacks as well, obviously, for being able to do what they need to do. I think they got a little bit of commemoration from I think the Patriots or something to that effect. Hold on, let's see. Pull this off here. I wanted to show this out here.
On Sunday, the Freejacks, New England's Major League Rugby team, defeated the Seattle Seawolves 20-11 to bring the MLR Shield home for a second consecutive season. Joined by part owners and Patriots alum Patrick Chung, the Freejacks are here today as our honorary Keepers of the Lights.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex Magleby and the group.
On Sunday.
Fun stuff. So, yeah. So, basically, like I said, what are your guys' thoughts on this one as well? Like, how did you feel? How do you feel like you're seeing not the development of just a play on the field? I think we can all concur that the play on the field has improved. Obviously, they're using a lot of players from overseas, et cetera, et cetera. Understood. But how do you feel the improvement is surrounding the events, leading into it and bringing it through? How do you feel like it's going for you? Like I said, for me, I think there's still obviously a lot of work. You still need to absolutely create better storylines for the audience to be able to connect onto. But again, if you're getting people that are at the show, and especially paying ticket holders, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing regardless of whatever the overall outcome is standing out to be. Congrats to the Freejacks on that one as well. So
we're taking dumplings to a new level. My name is Gifte Belu. I'm here with Health Enhanced Foods, and I want to introduce you to one of our most popular products, dumpling flour. What makes our dumpling flour so popular is that it is a mix of unrefined super flours that create the maximum level of nourishment for your personal dumplings. This is including mixes like buckwheat, sunflower, flax seeds, everything that helps to be able to make your appetite stronger, more fulfilled, and healthier. Including within that, we have no added sugars, so we want to make sure that it is rich in protein, rich in fiber, and rich in vitamins and minerals. Our dumpling flour is diabetic friendly, high in quality gluten-free mixes with no rice. And if you know, you know. There's always a little bit of rice to be able to stabilize it. Not here in our dumpling flour. It is naturally nourishing. And of course, it's a great substitute for wheat-based dumplings. With this gluten-free dumpling, you can now make your croissants, you can make your rice dumplings, you can make your dessert dumplings. You can absolutely find this at healthenhancedfoods.com. Go ahead, get yourself a bag, get yourself a pallet, and make sure that you can fulfill for your people and yourself the way that you really deserve it. Don't wait, let's go!